Previously on the Youth Edition.
Look at that, just holding it there like a magician. Oh, well done, Dylan Allen. Show us all of your other skills, mate. Here's the magician, Dylan Allen, levitating trophies. We are the League 2 playoff champions. Strike out! Hello and welcome back to the Youth Edition for Forest Green Rovers here on FIFA 18. This is the start of season number 2. What a miraculous season it was there in season number 1, and Dylan Allen taking out the Majestico quite comfortably. We will have the Majestico again back for season number 2, so be ready to vote for all the league games here in League 1. Promotion with, a side that probably didn't look to be getting promoted early on, but we fought hard. The boys had a little bit of heart about them, and we got through there in the final to make the promotion. So we are now into League 1. I'm not going to change the sliders. We're going to have another crack here on Legendary this season and see if the gameplay gets a little bit tougher here into League 1. The question was, do we loan glitch Dylan Allen? And the answer to that is no. We are not going to loan glitch any players in this season, that's for sure. We may address it later on if someone really becomes a cult figure and we think that they deserve. Because the issue you have here in FIFA is a player has a potential, and he will get to that. There's no reward for being a really good player, even if they don't have a potential. So someone like Dylan Allen, who I think's potential is probably only in the low 70s, if he becomes a star of this club, and he performs week in, week out, he's won himself the first Majestico, maybe he does deserve to get that little bit of a bump up, but we will address that later in the career mode. So let's have a look here at League 1. Some big teams in here. Portsmouth, of course. Mansfield Town came up with us. Exeter City as well. Blackburn Rovers down here in League 1. Bradford City, who we've done a career mode with before, and Peterborough United. So some familiarity with teams around here. But it should be a good season here for League 1. Let's get into the start of this season number 2. Right, let's start the episode off here with a couple of player upgrades. The first one is for Robinson. Got a feeling he'll be around the club and hopefully helping us out a little bit here in season number 2, depending on what transfers and stuff happen. But this one comes from Tom Millard. Thank you very much for your comment. It had 16 thumbs up. Make sure you're voting on the player upgrades that you think suit these players. He wanted the number 13, which was available. Some yellow Nike boots. Red ankle tape. You can't do red ankle tape. There is only black, white, and grey available. So I've given him black, untucked shirt, of course, undershirt, tight kit, no gloves, and a bit of tape there on the left wrist. We've gone with the boxing tape, short socks. Robbo is hopefully going to find some goals this year. Right, the next player upgrade is for Morris. This one comes from Jeff Terry. Thank you for your comment. Had 25 thumbs up and a comment there from Black Mamba with a little bit of a smile. He wanted an untucked shirt, the Adidas Nemesis Ocean Storm boots. Now, if you've got FIFA 18, do let me know if you see some new boots. I do check the catalogue probably once a week to see if there's new boots out. EA tend to get those upgraded every now and then, so I make sure that I've got them there for you. An undershirt, long sleeves, tight fit kit, long socks, and the number 26, it was available. So Morris is upgraded. That is 2. One more to go. Now, I did say at the end of last season that I would personally take care of Charlie Allen. So I've given him that number 7 jersey and some nice little Adidas boots there. A bit of a yellow bracelet there just to tie the colour theme in, and a sweatband there on the left because he's going to be pacing up and down that right wing. And he's going to need to wipe that sweat from his brow. Pretty standard sort of outfit there, but hopefully he can make do with the new boots. Hopefully he can have a really big season here for Forest Green in League 1. Right, let's take a quick look at objectives here for season number 2. The youth development, we just need to sign one player younger than 20 years old with a potential greater than the average overall rating of the players. That should be fairly simple. We'll probably get that from the youth academy. Brand exposure, keep a streak of at least 85% attendance in 5 consecutive home matches. We'll have to see if we can do that. No continental, of course. Domestically, avoid relegation. That's fair enough. We'll probably be one of the lower sides here in League 1. reached around a 32 in the FA Cup, and within 2 seasons get a mid-table finish here in League One. Financially, no objectives. So should be a pretty easy season here to keep the board happy. And let's go and have a look at what else we need to take care of before we get underway. Right, so I have transfer listed the remaining real players. They were available. I think Liam Noble was leaving, but it appears he's still here on the list. So the rest of the real players are all here on the transfer list. None of our youth academy or regens are here on the list at this stage. Right, I have started putting a little bit of a transfer list together, just having a look for some regens. There is the big Italian centre back here, but most of them have recently joined the club, so we will have to wait until January to try and have a crack at any of these lads. I think that's the Kaka regen. That's Eto. Left back could possibly be Evra. And that might be Bazagli. I'm not 100% sure, but they're the lads that I found, and I am currently scouting the free agents to see if there's any talent there. Now, I'm going to impose this question to you guys at home. Let me know in the comments down below. Currently in the squad, we have 6 regenerated players. So not from the youth academy, 6 regens. You know, the Craft brothers, Win, Singh, and Ailman and the likes. So do we want to limit ourselves to say that for the remainder of this career mode, we can only use 6 regens in the squad? So if we wanted to sign one of these players, for instance, we'd have to sell off one of those other regens, or do we not limit it? Just try and build the best team we can and push on. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll have a look through those once this episode is up and running. And you know, I want to see how we go here in the first half of the season, and then maybe look at bringing some of these big talents into the squad, or maybe some of those free agents which we probably be able to sign all the way through the season. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so this is how I'm thinking our starting lineup will be for Season 2 here in League One. Dylan Allen up front. I think he should retain the captaincy after winning the Majestico. Had a very good season here in the first season there in League 2. 16 goals and really led from the front. We've got Mock on the left, Wilson in the middle, and Charlie Allen out on the right. Vasil Krav had a very good season himself, so I'm playing him in centre midfield. And Dauda Bamba controlling that defensive position, central defensive midfielder. Then we've got Ailman at left back, who was in team of the season, even at 56 overall, still did an outstanding job for us. Hayes really controlling that back line. He is the rock for us. White is a 60. He did a pretty good job there, considering he's not a natural centre back. And Andre Krav is back from injury now, so 59 there at right back. On the bench, we've got Robinson, Evtomov, who is probably the first regen that I would probably think about transferring out at this stage. I don't think he's got much potential and doesn't really do a lot when he does come on. We've got Park at 52, Ewan Murray at 60. Then we've got Morris, backup left back, 54, Watson and Kamara on the bench. Reserves-wise, we've got Sun Hiso, Sangare, Kim, Koulibaly, Menza, Dietrich, who is a new lad from the Youth Academy, Singh, Win, Tomashu, and then the rest are just real players. So I'll see how we go. I don't think any of these boys need loan spells. We'll probably need the squad depth here early on, but if we do bring in some more Youth Academy players, well, then we can really look at maybe getting some loan spells out there, and some of these young players that need some game time, like Sun Hee-so and the likes, might need to go on a short loan. But yeah, let's get into the season. Right, time for the pre-season tournament invites. We will advance and see what kind of money is around. Not a lot here. 1.1 million, I think, will be the pick of the crop. And Newport County there involved in that one. So, and Paderborn. Interesting. All right, so 1.1 million, the European International Cup. We are only going to simulate this, try and pick up some cash and possibly be able to upgrade our scouts. All right, the final scout report is back from Germany, and there's not really any talent here to write home about. Emil Zimmerman, probably the pick of the crop, but he's got a really low overall, and I'm not sure he's going to equate to anything. So we're going to finish our time here in Germany. I think we only made one signing in the 3-month stint. Right, the final scout report back from the Ivory Coast, and once again, not a lot of talent to really be talking about here. Ismail Dabogo, intrigued by interest, but I don't think he's going to make the cut at 5'11". But we do have Thierry Touré, 68 to 88, 5'11", 46 to 60, so possibly could be, you know, around that 50, 52, 53 mark. I'm going to sign him into the academy just to take a look at him. And the final scout report here from the Republic of Ireland hasn't really brought back any talent. Curran looked alright, but at 15 years of age and such a low overall, I'm not sure he's going to be worthwhile signing. So that's us done here in Ireland. Let's go and send out the scouts again for another 3 months. Alright, Shama Mullings, Bugel and Noble have all left the club, so we should have picked up some coin for that. Right, time to send our scouts out. I have spent a little bit of money upgrading there with we've got 5-star experience scout there. I'll leave the other 2 for now and see if we can get any money from sales and from the pre-season tournament. But we need to send these lads out, so I've got the random number generator and the list in front of me. Let's see where we're headed off to at the start of Season 2. Number 147. Okay. The Fresh Prince, he wants us to go to the Netherlands for an attacker. Off we go. All right, next scout is off to number 230. Where are we? 230. Okay, this one comes from John Sofe. I think Venezuela for a winger. All right. And the final scout is heading off to 254. This one comes from... Michelle Chikawani, he's been a long-serving subscriber. He wants Canada for physically strong. No problems, Michelle. Right, first game here, and it is a 1-0 win. We pretty much send a reserves team out. Koulibaly getting the goal in the 34th minute. Right, transfer offer here for Pickering. We're pretty much happy to get rid of players for basically whatever we can. But I am going to delegate this one. And we're going to say the minimum amount is 90 grand, which is a valuation. And hopefully they can get the job done. I'll just bump that up to 125. Done. Right, it's the first 11 getting a run out here against SC Paderborn. And it's a 3-1 victory. Goals to Allen, Wilson, and Dylan Allen. Now a little bit of training here. Dylan Allen needs a little bit more just to pep him up. Dior, Wilson, and Aylman just trying to strengthen that left-back position here now. Right, it's the third game in our group stage. And Koulibaly hitting the board again. 1-0, and we finish up there, but Morris has picked himself up an injury. Let's hope that's not too serious. Right, we've got an offer here from Charlie Cooper, and, well, what are they interested? They've offered 140. His value is 210. We're definitely going to delegate that and try and push for the money. So his value is 210. Market value is a bit lower than that. So I'm going to push for 165. And I'm going to start the offer at his evaluation, maybe just a bit above 220. We pick up 264 grand for making it through the group stage. And 2-month injury for Joel Morris with a torn hip flexor. Ouch. Right, Harry Pickering has agreed to 105 grand. Let's see if that goes through. All right, looks like this is the semi-final against a name I am never ever going to be able to pronounce. So let's just simulate through this one, see if we can pick up some more coin. And we lose 2-0. Hayes gets himself a band-aid in the 89th minute. And Allen missed a penalty. Right, so 396 grand. I know, nothing to write home about, but a bit more money into the kitty. And Hayes has torn his groin and he is out for 6 weeks. Well, I'm not even sure he's going to be available for the start of the season. That is terrible news. All right, they've agreed 180 for Charlie Cooper. His value is 210, but we want to ship these real players out, so we will accept that one for Grimsby Town. Harry Pickering has left 105 grand finalised, 70 grand into the budget. And Charlie Cooper has left for 180, 130 into the budget. Right, MK Dons have come in with 340 for Scott Laird, a 30-year-old defender, and I'm just going to go ahead and accept that. That's a very decent offer. Right, U Squad monthly report. Rory Johnson, 70 to 82, has dropped off the perch. We're going to release him. Sergio Comascu, 60 overall right back, 88 to 94 potential, defensive minded. We are going to sign him up. Welcome to the first team. Henry Green is also ready to be brought into the first team, 57 overall, 86 to 92. Welcome. Innocent NJ, 66 to 86. He's just got a great name. I don't care what his potential is. We might sign him up eventually anyway. Thierry Ture, 56 overall, 72 to 88, defensive minded. I'm going to leave him there for now. Joseph Fitzpatrick, 79 to 94. And Bjorn Braun, 74 to 92. All right, we are here for the first report in Canada. And Brian Kerr, probably the pick of the crop, 43 to 57, 71 to 94. But I'm just going to hold off on signing him because his valuation isn't too much. So he's probably very low rated at this stage. So we'll see how he's looking next month. All right, Venezuela has brought us back 3 players. Eugenio Segura looks pretty decent at 71 to 94, 45 to 61 overall at the moment. And I'm not going to sign him just yet. We'll monitor him for another month. All right, we are here in the Netherlands, and we've got some decent talent floating around. Jan van der Linden looks all right at 65 to 87. Lorenzo de Haan, 66 to 90. Joshua de Vries of the very low overall. Danny Jacobs looks pretty good at 76 to 94. Justin Peters, 70 to 94. But they've got really low overalls even at 17. So we're going to monitor them for another month. If they're looking okay then, we'll get signing. Well, the transfer talks broke down for Scott Laird. They couldn't reach agreeable terms. That's unfortunate. Right, it is the Finn Harps in for 145 for Jordan Morris. We will accept that. Hopefully he makes his way to Ireland. Alright, time for the opening game of the season. It's Rochdale at Spotland hosting Forest Green. Well, pretty much back-to-back promotions if you know Forest Green. They came up from the Vanarama into League 2 and we've taken them to League 1 in the first season. So it's going to be an interesting fight here in League 1. I'll have to see if the challenge is a little bit harder. It's going to be obviously harder without Hayes at the back. I've moved Aylman into centre back, Andre Kraft to left back. And I think it's Tomascu or Comascu, I can't remember who the right back was, but he's coming at right back at a 60 overall. The Rochdale lineup looks like a fairly similar formation to what we will be rolling out here with today. And will Dylan Allen be able to pick up where he left off at the end of last season? He scored 16 goals in his first season, had a bit of a time there on the sidelines, a 3-week injury. So here is our lineup for the first game in League 1. It is Comascu. Or Comascu, the Romanian right back, number 14 there. Kraft moves over to the left-hand side, Alman into centre-back. Bamba and Basil in the midfield, Mock, Wilson and Allen on the right. Dylan Allen, old Pegleg himself, Captain Courageous, is up front today for Forest Green. Let's get into this game. Let's see if the boys want to try and pick up 3 points in their first game in League 1. Rochdale, back of the box. Comascu's only 5'7", he's a small lad, and there's Dior's first save for this season. Does well, Vasil. Oh, he's got that opening, he takes a strike, oh, he's hit the sidebar. Unlucky, Vasil. There's Rochdale attacking, Comascu gets back. Oh no, oh, sidebar, Dior. What is going on here? Clear that out, we're looking a bit shady without having Hayes at the back. Vasil Kraft palms this one long, looks for Charlie Allen, picked off by Enclay. Rathbone, good work there from Kraft, trying to slip it inside. Dylan Allen couldn't get on the end of it, and it's Rochdale now coming back through the middle. Oh, Dior, big save. He's made 3 saves now here in the opening 30 minutes. And it's a corner now for Rochdale. Well, we're looking a little bit shallow at the back here without Hayes. There's a shot over the top. Tips this one through. Wilson making a run now. Alfie Wilson pushes his way beyond the defenders. Gets into a position to cross. Slips it inside. He's got Vasil Kraft. Good save. And Forest Green will get a corner. It's way too far forward. Slips this one off. Alfie Wilson pushes inside. Shoots, and another good save from the keeper. Forest Green starting to work their way into the game now. Well, there is the whistle for half-time. A tentative start. We've had a few shots, but it's still 0-0. Well, Thomas Gear in his first game's given up the possession. Giving up the position. Dior gets back. Great work, Dior. Saves our Bacon. Good work, Dior. Another save. And another corner for Rochdale. Here goes Mock. He's got some space here, the young Korean. Works his way towards the box. Works his way inside. Here's a cross. Dylan Allen can't get on the end of that one. Here's Vasil Kraft. Slips it across. Finds Wilson. Turns his man nicely. Wilson shoots and a good save. And another corner here for Forest Green. Well, we're trying hard. We're not able to find the back of the net as yet. This is going to be Mock to deliver this one in. Into the box. Oh, Elman! Vasil Kraft takes a pot shot. And Forest Green can't buy the luck. Work from Bamba, Kraft, Charlie Allen plays this one through. Here is big Dylan Allen. Peg leg. Get inside, son. Needs a little bit of help. Turns it himself. Tries to come around. Takes a strike. Oh, and he's missed. Unlucky there. Some good work there from Pegleg. Unfortunately, wasn't settled to take this shot. Right, 3 changes. Henry Green coming in for his first game. And Evtimov and Watson. Let's freshen up the lads here for the last 20 minutes, see if we can get something going. Green have a hit on debut. Tips it off. Green, is he onside? Oh, he was onside. His first shot in football sails over the top. There's the whistle. So we play out a 0-0 draw. We pick up our first point in League One. But not much fluency there in the play today. Well, 12 shots to 8. They had the possession. Let's take a look at the performance stats here for Forest Green. I thought Dudabama had a cracking game. Was involved there. One shot on target, 86% passing. Very good effort there. Green came on for a 6.3. Alfie Wilson a 7.9. 90% passing and 100% shooting. 6.3 for Evtimov as a substitute. Dylan Allen had a howler, 5.7. Mock, 7.2. Charles Allen, a 7. 7.4 for Vasil Krav, 7.3, gets a clean sheet, Patrice Dior. 7.0 for Sergio Comascu, 100% passing, that's not too bad for his first game. 7.5 for White, 7.5 for Aylman, 7.0 for Andre Krav, 6.1 Henry Watson. And get voting up in the eye for the Majestico season number 2. All right, Reese Brown. Now, this is a young kid who is worth a lot of money. Nottingham Forest have come in with an offer, and we need to play hardball with this one. This is the lad that's going to get us some coin and maybe get the decent scouts that we want. So we're going to delegate this one, and we're going to start the offer here. I'm going to go in highball at 1.8, and we're not going to sell him for less than 1.1 million. And Hayes has been cleared from injury. He can return, but we'll have to keep an eye on him. We don't want to bring him back too quickly. Well, they don't want to play hardball, Nottingham Forest, so that's unfortunately broken down. All right, here we go. Game number 2 of the episode is in the Carabao Cup. We go to the Kings Meadow to take on AFC Wimbledon, and we're going to send out our new reserves team here. They will play the cup games for us this season, although most of the back line is pretty much the same as the first team. Just a good opportunity here to see some of the other young lads out here on the pitch and see if anyone really wants to make a name for themselves and push for first team selection. Now, this being a league game, a league cup game, there won't be any Majestico voting for this one. The Majestico is purely for league games, so if you're looking for that, don't bother. AFC Wimbledon, I don't think we've played these lads before. Are they in League One? I think so. Another opportunity here for the boys to just get themselves up and running. There's the AFC Wimbledon side. I don't know any of those players. They've gone for a 4-3-3, fairly attacking. We'll have to be right on point with our defence. We're using the same backline as we used in Game 1 of the season. I'm not risking Hayes this early on. And Morris is obviously injured as well, so he's not available for this game. Aylman will take the captain's armband for today's game. And Robinson will start up front. But some new lads into the team to have a look at today. Thomas Kuhn will play in the cam role in his first start for Forest Green. Evtimov on the left, Park on the right. Ewan Murray and Menza control the midfield. Henry Robinson there, of course, up front. And Kamara is between the sticks today. Can we push on with the cup, or will we get knocked out in the first round? Let's have a look and let's have a go. Just trying to weasel his way through, but picked off by a much stronger player. And now we're caught out at the back here. Comascu gets picked off. He's 5'7". He's only a little lad. He's got to get back and help out here, but Kamara is there. Solid work from the keeper. There's young Comascu. Oh, it's a slip 1-4. That's a great ball. Evtimov, can he finish? Yes, he can! Evtimov gets the goal. Comascu played him inside beautifully. And 17 minutes gone. It is Forest Green 1, AFC Wimbledon 0. A lovely run there through the middle from the young Romanian. And a lovely pass. Just seen Evtimov clearing the line on the left-hand side. Turned the defender inside out and then slipped it home on the near post. And it is 1-0 Forest Green. Now Thomas Hugh. Back to Ewan Murray. Oh, he's worked McDonald. Tried to get in there, but cleared away. Which is his way forward now, Murray. Cuts back, slips it inside. Evtimov again, he's got 2! Oh, the Bulgarian! I pretty much written him off. Was thinking about putting him on the transfer list. He's picked up 2 goals inside 26 minutes here in the League Cup first round. Well, Ewan Murray just fed that ball inside, and Evtimov knows the way home. He just slipped back, waited for the run, and yes, that is a beautiful run there from Evtimov. 2 goals for him in the same spot, and it's 2-0 Forest Green. Oh, caught out the back here, AFC Wimbledon pushing forward. Tomsky gets back, Menz is there, Aylman, defence holds true. Park, can we hit him on a counter-attack here now? Murray, Evtimov, he's already got 2, works his way forward. Oh, that's a... Oh, he's nearly got it! What the hell? This keeper's on the piss. And there's the whistle, 2-0 Forest Green. Oh, Tomascu leads this one down. Evtimov turns inside, shoots. McConnell with the save. RJ Park, can he get out there in time? No, the defender does well. Murray. Tomascu back to Murray. Oh, good save, McDonald. We'll get a corner here. Forest Green. Evtimov to deliver. Whips it up, whips it in high. Comes out the back. Cleared away a poor set piece there from Forest Green. Try too much. Evtimov. Oh, it's got to be a free kick. No, Evtimov's down. Evtimov is down. Oh, 2 goals and fucked. Well, Evtimov has just been smashed. And that looks quite serious with his leg halfway into the ground. He goes off. Singh, So and Kim come on. Emilio Tomascu, a good performance from him, has a rest. He slices and dices his way through the midfield. He's getting a run out wide here from Singh. Here comes the cross. White's pushed forward. Intercepted. There's the whistle though. A 2-0 victory for Forest Green. Evtimov did the damage. And then he went off injured. Let's hope that's not a long layoff for the Bulgarian winger. Well, 9 shots to 3. I think we dominated that game. Have a look at the quick look at the player ratings. Ewan Murray gets a 9.3 man of the match. Evtimov a 9.3, and Cornelio Tomascu gets a 9.2 in his first start for Forest Green. A good day out there from the back line as well. Well, I haven't got any of these players on loan lists or anything like that, but Cork City have come in for Koulibaly and a 1-year loan. I think we're going to accept that and let Koulibaly go out on a loan spell. Well, Jordan Morris has been sold, 145 grand, 100 into our budget. And Evtimov dislocated his shoulder and he'll be missing for 8 weeks, so the injury's starting to mount up here early in season number 2. Right, time for today's player upgrade, and it will be Tomascu, the Romanian right back, 60 overall. If you want to make any changes to his number or kit, let me know in the comments. He's only 5'7", but he showed a little bit of knack there once he settled himself into the game. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see him in for his kit and number. Right, so that's where we will wrap up episode number 18, or episode number 1 of season 2. We picked up 1 draw in the league, so that puts us there in 15th position. Didn't score any goals in that game, unfortunately. Evtimov did really well in that League Cup game for 2 goals, but now he is missing for 8 weeks. So still early days, folks, but it seems a little bit more trickier to navigate than it did there in League 2. So we should be in for an action-packed season. Hopefully you are ready for another big season here with Forest Green. Hit like, subscribe if you're new around here, and we will see you in the next episode. I'm Sparring DK, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one.